All right, we're gonna do a driving video of our 2018 Tesla Model 3. I'm gonna forego the cold start video because I'm not sure that a cold start video makes any sense with an electric car. A lot different than the stuff that I normally work with. It's as fast as the 996 Porsche 911 Turbo that I sold about a month and a half ago. But you'd never know you were going very fast because it doesn't really make any noise. But it hauls ass. This is a one-owner car. Some friends of mine bought it new back in December of 2018. It's a 2018 model, but they bought it at the very end of 2018. I'm going to set the cruise control there. They're a couple in their mid-70s, and they had a good friend that had a couple of Teslas, I think, and I think he just kept bugging them that they should get a Tesla, and they eventually did. So this is the car they got. They just replaced this one recently with a new Tesla Model Y. I'm not even touching the brakes, it's just slowing down with the regenerative braking itself. I was really pretty surprised with how sporty this car feels around turns. I've done some big highway cloverleaf off ramps, and you can, you know, it's a pretty sporty little car. The tires on the car currently are date coded. The exact date codes are in the listing, but sort of mid to late 2021. They were installed in early 2022. These folks had another car, so this wasn't their primary vehicle. They did a lot of commuting between Ithaca, New York, and their vacation home in the Adirondacks in this car. I'm not necessarily an expert with all the menus, and I do know that my heated seat is on the auto setting, and it's cool enough outside that it wants to turn the heated seat on, and let me tell you, the heated seat works just fine because I am plenty warm in the seat area. The visibility is really great out of this car. I get upset with some newer cars because you can't see anything out of the back or the rear quarters, but this has pretty good visibility, great mirrors. And the design is just so spaceship-like. There's just not much here except the big screen and a couple of roller knobs on the wheel. Again, not even touching, well there I'm touching the brakes a little bit because I had to come in a little, slow down for that guy. But man, the acceleration is pretty amazing. Just the slightest little whir in a 911 Turbo, you know you're doing 80 miles an hour because you've shifted 3 times to get there, and it's making all kinds of great noises. This car, you just don't, you feel the speed, but it just, there's nothing feeding back to tell you really how fast you're going. We've got 44,017 miles have 120 miles left on this charge. When fully charged, this car charges to just below 300 miles, 285, 295. These folks took really good care of this car. Certainly the interior is beautiful. No weird smells. They weren't smokers. So I'm just going to tap the brakes here to turn off the cruise control. And then I'm just coming in and the car is slowing itself down. Then I'll get back on the gas. If we go back up to a 55 here, the shop's right there, but I'm going to keep going. Yeah, so there's 70 miles an hour. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Turn the cruise control on there and let's slow it down, about 63. Finally had a dry day here without any bad weather for a quick test drive. It's just comfortable and quiet. I'm not sure what else to say. If ever there was an appliance of a car, this feels like it to me. It's got some sporting tendencies, but it's really the first Tesla I've ever worked with. The first Tesla I ever drove was the Lotus-based Roadster at a special event in Minneapolis, probably 10 or 15 years ago. Yeah, that's just crazy. But this is really the first serial production Tesla that I've ever driven. I've got a couple friends with them. They swear by them. But this is certainly a well cared for example if you're looking to get into a Model 3 without buying a brand new one. The owners of this car are actually the people my wife and I bought our house from when we moved out here to upstate New York from Minneapolis in 2017. And he worked for Cornell for 25 years or so. Very nice folks who take pretty good care of their stuff. It was one of the reasons we bought the house, was because it was he's the kind of guy who every Saturday is doing a project somewhere. So yeah, it's just crazy. You don't barely touch the brakes, and that's why your brake pads last so long. You can see our lights there. And that's the Tesla Model 3.